Hello, everybody, and welcome to our new Cool Kids live stream. Today, we are going to talk about the new Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up. Y'all, great. Y'all know who we are. You know the drill. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. As soon as I pull up my review, there we go. Okay. So, Looney Tunes. I remember as far back as the early mid 90s when Looney Tunes was on Nickelodeon. I would watch them on Saturday mornings, as well as like Looney Tunes spinoffs, spinoff cartoons, and other Warner Brothers slapstick cartoons, such as Tiny Toon Adventures, and of course, Animaniacs, and so forth. I mean, hell, I even remember Duck Dodgers and the 24th and a half century. So when the movie was announced, I was just so hyped. I know that this is a film that almost got shelved thanks to the dumbasses at Warner Brothers. It could have shared the same fate as the Coyote versus Acme movie that was nearly finished but got canceled at the last minute. Fuck you, Warner Brothers. But I will say this: it was always good to see. Just when it was announced, I was just so excited. It was so good to see that we were finally getting a fully 2D animated film that followed two of the funniest Looney Tunes duos, Daffy Duck and Porky Pig, and focus on the slapstick comedy we had come to expect from Looney Tunes. No live-action hybrid, no plot of them coming to the real world, no cringy pop cultural references, no LeBron James being a dick to his son, just some good old-fashioned Looney Tunes-esque comedy we expect. And after seeing, I could say that I'm happy to say it did not disappoint. The animation is very well done. It seems like Looney Tunes, it's better fitted for 2D animation than just seeing them in CGI form. And this is proof that 2D animation is not dead. Take note, other studios. I love the chemistry between Porky Pig and Daffy Duck, and their comedic time is just so hilarious. This movie had me laughing throughout the whole time, and so maybe not every joke landed, but I will say that I had a lot of them just really were making me roll on the floor laughing. It's really sad that a current movie about Looney Tunes did a better job at making me laugh than most live action adult comedies today. And the twist was and I really liked the twist at the end with the invaders pretty much trying to save the earth because of bubble tea. That really was really funny. Like I said, not every joke worked. While there was like about 80 to 85% of them that did land, there were about 15 to 20 that didn't make me laugh. It did also get a little predictable toward the third act, pretty much where we kind of know that all of them arguing, them fighting, bickering, when we know that they're going to get back together, they're going to make up by the third act and save the world. That honestly got that got too distracting for me, and it was just like, come on, can we get a move on with this? So other than that, though, this movie is just so much fun to watch. Whether you love Looney Tunes or just have kids and want to take them to see something fun, this is definitely the movie to watch. We need to have more movies like this. We need to have more movies like this, and if this is and I don't know what's planned for the future, but if we do get more, if Warner Brothers does go with, if this does become a hit, then I want more of this. Give me like a Bugs Bunny movie. Give me like Elmer Fudd. Give me I would love to see more of this kind of movie. And with that, I give my score 8 out of 10. All right, you're next, Evan.
Sorry. I just love Looney Tunes, man. I mean, come on, they're funny, they're creative, they're iconic. The characters are all great, and of course, Mel fucking Blanc. Enough said. I remember every morning before school, I would always, during the 6 o'clock hour, Looney Tunes would always be on. And while I'm drifting like in and out of my sleep, I would always watch, all the classic shenanigans from Bugs Bunny, from Daffy, Elmer Fudd, Wile E. Coyote. So I've always had a massive respect for the Looney Tunes. I was excited when The Day the Earth Blew Up was announced for a theatrical release because let's let's face it, folks, unless it's anime, we don't really see hand-drawn animation in theaters anymore. Not to mention with WB's infamous shelving of Coyote vs. Acme, because remember, ladies and gentlemen, it is not an episode of the Cool Kids without us flipping off Warner, without us giving the finger to Warner Brothers. It's nice to see the Looney Tunes finally get some representation on the big screen. And after seeing it with a surprisingly packed theater, I had so much fun with this movie. This movie's fucking hilarious. I was laughing so hard at a good majority of the jokes and gags in this movie, whether it's the montage of Daffy and Porky getting fired from their jobs, or their adopted parent, Father Jim or Father John, Farmer John, is literally like he looks like he was animated by by Terry Gilliam, and he's just like a still frame, and he's like, "All right, I'm going." Like this is fucking gold. I love this. Like it's great humor. The animation is really really good. It fits with the overtop tone of Looney Tunes. The animation it's similar to a lot of the straight to DVD Tom and Jerry movies. But that's that animation done right. Like the funny over the top expressions work better here than say Tom and Jerry Willy Wonka. Voice acting is all great. Eric Bauza, he he's proven the dude has nails most of the voices for the Looney Tunes, and his voices as Porky and Daffy is no exception. And I love Candy Milo. She's always a delight to her voice is always a delight to hear because she's voiced so many of my favorite childhood shows, whether it's Chalk Zone, Kids Next Door, the later era of Dexter's Lab, even though that era wasn't great. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, My Life as a Teenage Robot. Like many voice acting greats, whether it's Greg Griffin, Tara Strong, Phil Lamar, she has so many great credits under her belt. It's hard to list every single one of them. I loved Daffy and Porky's chemistry. Not just because I've always liked them as a duo, because they've always worked perfectly with each other, but I liked seeing them as being genuine friends with each other. It wasn't like the on and off again enemies we'd see from like say him and Daffy and Bugs. I also liked how this movie was basically a parody of the 1980s cult movie The Stuff, with the food that everybody, this food that everyone loves, they eat, and it turns them into zombies. And I like how, despite this being a Looney Tunes movie, I thought it was interesting that you get Daffy, you get Porky, and you get Petunia, and that's really it. There's no other characters outshining them. No Sylvester and Tweety, no Taz, no Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, no Elmer Fudd, and no Bugs. Like, I thought that was pretty neat. This is Daffy and Porky's movie, first and foremost. And the attention is always on them. Like, they're not being pushed to the side in favor of, say, Bugs. As much as I love Bugs, I mean, come on, who doesn't? If I had any issues with this movie, I would say some of the jokes personally didn't land. Like some of the fart jokes, some of the butt jokes. Like I rolled my eyes the moment I saw Daffy twerk, like he was shooting a TikTok. Like, guys, come on, really? Like, this is some Illumination, bad Sony animation type humor. Like, what are you guys doing? And I also felt the whole cliche, I've never liked the whole cliche of a friendship having tension all because of a woman. Because it's so obvious. Like, yeah, they're gonna bicker and then they're gonna come back together in the end. And it's so predictable, guys. We've seen this done so many times. And I don't know, Rob. I thought the reveal with the villain not being evil the whole time and his explanation, I thought that was kind of lame. But overall, I had an absolute blast with The Day the Earth Blew Up. It has great animation, it's hilarious, and it's an absolute blast, not just for fans of Looney Tunes, but for the family. Instead of giving your money to Snow White, please give your money to this. Support hand-drawn animation. Support these iconic characters. Looney Tunes just got removed from Max. These characters need your love more than ever. I guarantee kids and families will have a blast with this. I released Coyote versus Acme, Warner Brothers, you stupid fucking cunts. 8 out of 10.
All right. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. All right, I got to get the joke out of the way. If I had a nickel for every movie featuring aliens that was based on an older story, that featured the song "It's the End of the World as We Know It," I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. There we go. I got to get the joke out of the way. Sorry, Rob, but I got to it's just like tradition. Once I see something, I got to say the thing. I'm sorry. But even with that, I was not like supremely excited for this. I thought the trailer was very like awkward in terms of like how it was shown. Like it was just very awkward. Like I don't really know how to explain it. So I wasn't like super excited for this, but I was reasonably excited. But once I saw this in I feel like the polar opposite of Devon's theater, apparently, because I think maybe one other person was there, but even that was being nice. And I think it was an AMC worker actually. So I saw this and I thought it was fantastic. I love this movie. It's not gonna exactly break records or isn't exactly the funniest thing ever, but it feels like a really good Looney Tunes short ballooned up to 90 minutes, but not in a bad way. Not like it's poorly paced. It just feels like a 90-minute Looney Tunes short in the best possible way. As Devin was saying, Eric Bauza was, I think that's how you pronounce his name, was great as the 2 leads, Candy Milo. Peter McNichol, famously from Ghostbusters 2, and a lot of other 80s movies that I can't even mention. He voiced the Invader. He was great. Wayne Knight was in this. That was the only other, I think. And then Fred Tatasciore. I've seen his name before. He played Farmer Jim. All of them did a great job. All of them were really funny. I think all of them did their voices particularly very well. Not really much to say performance-wise. There wasn't like a ton of like depth or anything, but they nailed their characters. And I absolutely love that. As you were saying, the animation is amazing. Like watching this movie felt like like um like a warm hug from an old friend where I'm just so used to like either surrealist animation like the Spider-Verse movies or just realism animation like pretty much every Disney and DreamWorks and um Illumination movie where it's like it kind of has some animation exaggeration but not like a ton. This is like no, hang on. this is an animated movie. So we're going to fucking remind you that it's a fucking animated movie. It was bouncy. It was out there. It was weird. It was zany. And perhaps, for lack of a better word, quite a bit loony. So I love that. Like, I miss this this over exaggerated, bouncy, crazy animation that is, I feel like, is just not done a lot anymore. Like, and I'm not saying like CGI animation is bad. It can be extremely beautiful. Wild Robot was very much proof of this. Like, it's they're great in their own ways. It's just, I don't want to see like 90% CGI and then 10% 2D. I wish it was more balanced, so there's some creative freedoms in regards to that. And I love that. I love the homages to old 50s B movies. Like, very much, like, there were quite a bit of like references to like older stuff that me and probably this guy understood. Like, when the invader was trying to, I think it was the scene where they were trying to kidnap or like attack Daffy and Porky, and they start pointing at the screen and they start screaming. I'm like, oh, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Oh, that's cute. I really like that. And then, the day the earth blew up is obviously a reference to the day the earth stood still. And there was a lot of, and then like the meteor falling down to earth with the opening with the scientist, like that feels like, out of the Blob. Hell, the scene where, Daffy and Petunia and Porky are attacking the gum monster, it definitely feels very Blobish. And, they also got that. They got that thing I crave, guys. They got that beautiful, wonderful, amazing theremin. Let's go. We need more movies with theremin. Give me more theremin. I want it. Give it to me now. Give me more theremin, Hollywood. I don't want this thing to go to the way of the dinosaurs. I want theremin. Give me theremin. Hearing that theremin, bro, it gave me half a chub. Not gonna lie. That was great to hear. Love it. Love it. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Absolutely amazing. We need more theremin. Yes, Devin, we also need more child murder, but this movie didn't really have child murder. It had child, like, zombieism, but like no child murder, unfortunately. But still, theremin. Hearing that theremin, guys, that got me hard. Love hearing it. Absolutely amazing. But that was great, and the homages, the story was simple. Like, yeah, you can make fun of like the cliches, but it's like, it's a Looney Tunes movie. It's kind of forgivable. Like, it's so simple. Like, it's about them trying to defeat an alien that took control of bubblegum. Like, come on, it's a little bit more forgivable here. Like, it's not gonna, again, this isn't a movie that's like gonna like, that's not like high art or anything like that. Not saying it's bad. It's just like, it's simple and effective. But if I were to, and the humor was great. I thought most of the jokes hit. As Devin said, the only one I remember that didn't really hit for me was the twerking thing. Very, modern joke in an overall movie that's like referencing 50s. So it didn't really, like, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have had any modern, because they use phones and like newer styled cars. Like, I love the Karen in the fucking G-Wagon. That was really funny. And then, but yeah, like, still, like, it felt like out of place in a movie that's clearly homaging 1950s like science fiction and alien invader movies. So, yeah, it just felt awkward tonally. Not only was it like not a very funny joke, it was just awkward tonally. And there were a couple jokes like that. Not a ton of bad ones. I feel like, the boba tea, again, that felt very like, again, it's like modern. It doesn't fit like tonally, but it's like a funny, weird thing that like an alien would like. so that they don't destroy the Earth, kind of thing. I'm like, okay, I get it, but I thought that was just kind of weird and a little awkward, but nothing bad. I was confused for the longest time why they didn't just use Marvin the Martian. Like, you have an alien invader movie, why not just use Marvin the Martian? But considering the twist and what was eventually done later on, I like how they used an original character. Plus, Peter McNichol, always funny. I thought he was great in that, so that worked. If I had anything else to say, like negatively, like not a ton. Like honestly, this movie does, and Devin already mentioned this. This movie does the stuff better than the stuff does. I'm gonna say this, maybe a hot take. The stuff really not that good of a movie. It's really boring. The satire is not very good, and it just falls flat in way too many areas. However, this doesn't. It's effective. It has the satire there, and it homages stuff properly, and it works better as a movie than the stuff did. So yeah, fuck the stuff. But outside of that, this was a great movie. Animation, for the most part, humor, the music, the story, the chemistry between all the characters, all of it was fantastic. Not the greatest thing ever, but it's Looney Tunes. It's simple, effective, and very satisfying to watch. And with that, I give it an 8, and also an 8 out of 10. So there you go.
Honestly, I thought you would give it higher.
Originally, I gave it a 7.5. But then the more I thought about it, I eventually was like, you know what, let me give it an 8. It's just like there were some things I wish that could have been done better. But it's still like effective. It's not like, hey Caleb. It's not like, but it's the thing where it's like 10 out of 10, it would be like a perfect movie, but this isn't like a perfect movie, but again, it's not supposed to be. The stuff was a movie from the 80s that was like homaging like 1950s B movies, but it was like an anti-corporation, anti-capitalism satire, but it's a movie that just doesn't work, and it either completely misses the satire or completely misses it's way too many characters, way too many plot lines. The effects are great, but it's overall just kind of a mid movie that I don't get the love for.
I like that movie.
I honestly, I think, especially in today's world where everyone is super anti-corporation, I would love to see a good remake of the stuff. Like, get like a good filmmaker, budget filmmaker, like Joe Lynch or something like that, to helm like a stuff remake, because that movie is ripe for a great remake. Because the original, I love Larry Cohen, God Told Me To, great movie. But most of his movies, Q, also great, but that movie just didn't hit as those movies did. Yeah.
This has been Top Johns with the gay informants.
Makes no sense, but okay.
I mean, to be fair, Top Marks doesn't make much sense either.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm trying to think of anything to say. I know Movie and Cartoon Fan really love this movie, but I don't know if they're here right now. So
Yeah, I don't see him in the chat. I do. Movie and Cartoon Fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But
I'm glad we got a good Looney Tunes movie this decade after Space Jam: A New Legacy.
You mean HBO? Don't you mean HBO Max commercial, or HBO Max the movie?
Oh yeah,
that's pretty much what it is.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when you said live action hybrid, I'm like, like Coyote versus Acme. Not the best,
Well,
comparison, but
I was more thinking like the last time we saw the Looney Tunes on the big screen.
Back in action.
Back in Action's great. I don't care what anybody Looney Tunes Back in Action is fucking better than Space Jam. There, I fucking said it. Come at me.
I didn't
I was gonna say
I didn't hate Back in Action either.
You're not alone, because even the director. Yeah, I didn't mind Back in Action and all. So, but I was
Plus it's got
when I
Brendan
said like
Fraser,
live action,
like
yeah,
better automatically.
and
makes it
Steve
better.
Martin,
And Steve Martin, and it has a Dalek in it. Boom, there you go.
But what else? Like, I mean, were there any other like other Looney Tune-esque shows or things? Other movies you remember watching or something?
I remember watching the shorts. I remember watching the thing is we got so many of like the shows that that like I don't remember which one I watched. I watched them. I watched stuff on like Boomerang and stuff like that. But I don't remember specifically. Like I remember watching the old shorts. And again, like I know we hate Disney here, and fair, but like say what you will about Disney, they still have all their older shorts from like the fucking 30s, 40s, and 50s on Disney Plus. So they definitely have a one up on HBO Max there.
I mean, like I said, I remember as far back as like Tiny Toon Adventures, watching that a lot on Nickelodeon. And unfortunately, I remember like I had to get the whole set because it used to be on Hulu before they pulled the plug on that and Animaniacs for some stupid reason after the reboot got canceled. So fuck you, Hulu. Fuck you, Hulu.
Which is owned by Disney, so oopsies.
I obviously grew up watching the original shorts. I grew up with baby Looney Tunes. Like most of you 80s and 90s kids, you had Muppet Babies. We had baby Looney Tunes. And there was also there was Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries. And another one, there was in like the early 2010s, there was the Looney Tunes show, which was all like the Looney Tunes.
I hear kind of mixed things about the Looney Tunes show. It's like fans either love it or hate it. So I've never watched it myself. So
I remember watching a couple episodes of that. I was a kid, so I was like, "Oh, this is fun."
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I thought it was interesting that they were all kind of domesticated, like Daffy and Bugs were roommates with each other. And let's face facts here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I know, like, obviously, they're cartoons. Bugs absolutely had fucking plot armor.
Someone actually made a decent enough argument that Bugs Bunny could have made the entire trek of Lord of the Rings and dumping the ring into Mount Doom by himself in half the time with ease. And it's like, yeah, he could have made it into Mordor totally fucking fine.
I mean, the dude played a baseball game on a team where it was just him and he won.
Yeah. I mean, he's like, all right, volcano inspector, I'm here to inspect Mount Doom. Like, you can fucking see him doing that.
Oh, really? Yeah. There's so many great Looney Tunes shorts. Some of my favorites. I love
what's Opera Doc. I remember that.
Oh yeah, of course. Kill
classic.
The wabbit,
even though that ending is
kill
sad.
The wabbit, kill the wabbit.
Kill the
wabbit. Long-haired hair is a classic where he goes up against the opera singer. Like that whole finale where he impersonates Leopold. And he has his hand like this, and he has him hold that high note the whole time, and he's changing colors, he's suffocating. Like that whole bit was gold. Herotonic's another one where Elmer Fudd goes crazy after failing to kill Bugs so many times. He thinks he's a rabbit, and he ends up getting a Bugs switch places with him, and then Bugs gets brainwashed into thinking that he's Homer. And it ends with Bugs getting arrested for tax evasion because they think he's Elmer. And at the end, Elmer's as Bugs is like, "I may be a squirrely wabbit, but I'm not going to Alcatraz." Like it's rare to see Bugs lose.
It does.
I don't know. I never really found Pepe Le Pew to be that funny.
I think it's stupid that they fucking banned him. It's like, and especially in like Space Jam: A New Legacy. Hey, we won't have Pepe Le Pew, but we will have the Droogs from the Clockwork Orange,
from the Clockwork
and
Orange,
the nuns from the Devils. But no, Pepe Le Pew, a weird like French stereotype. Nah, we won't have that.
Oh, and Pennywise. Pennywise is okay too. The nun. Yeah. Like fucking really.
Like you have the nuns from like a movie that you refuse to put on physical media because it's banned in several countries, but you will put them in Space Jam 2. Go fucking figure. Also, WB, fucking grow a sack. Fucking give us the Devils on DVD and Blu-ray. You fucking
give us the
cowards.
Devils. The Devils is fucking awesome.
Fucking
yeah, exactly, Caleb. Rapists and killer clowns are okay, but Pepe Le Pew goes too far. And they barely used Speedy Gonzalez.
Warner Brothers, the kings of dumbass decisions.
As a buddy of mine said, you could put the entire board of Warner Brothers executives and producers and CEOs next to a fountain, and they'll still find a way to die of dehydration. Mm-hmm. It's just they're fucking idiots. They don't know anything. David Zaslav a fucking moron.
Yeah,
because he doesn't know film. He knows like the reality shit because he came from Discovery. He knows how to do that barely. But now I'm not going to act like AT&T was better. AT&T wasn't better. They fucking literally killed the company to the point they were like 30 billion in debt that like Zaslav is now stuck with. I understand from certain business decisions of what he's doing, but at the same time, you're killing your brand recognition. Like you're killing what like literally Looney Tunes. Warner Brothers is the studio that Looney Tunes fucking built. Like exactly. And you're getting rid of that because money. And I said this before in another live stream. Sure, you're gonna save $3 now, but the people that are still for some reason loyal to Warner Brothers are gonna see, oh, you're gonna just do this to save $3. Well, I'm leaving. I don't want to do this, and then you're gonna lose 300. Sure, you might save a couple pennies now, but in the long term, you're gonna fucking lose a lot more money for people who don't want to fucking support you anymore because you won't support your own history. You won't support your own media. It's fucking stupid. Like short term, yeah, it'll be fine. Long term, it'll only go downwards from here. And you're going to learn that the hard way.
Exactly, Caleb.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I know this probably won't do fantastic. Because I did see like something that said, oh, they're already considering pulling it from theaters. But then I saw who posted the article. World of Real.
Who posted?
World of Real. Fuck. In this house, we fuck World of Real in the ass for their bullshit. Fuck you, World of Real assholes. They're the new We Got This Covered. fuck you.
I was
World
gonna
War.
say, because I know that the budget was actually very low. I mean, I know
It's
that it's
15
only
mil. It was 15 million, and it's only made a third of that. It's made about a little bit more than 5 million.
yeah.
So please go see this movie.
more
It's
reason
really
for
good
you
and
guys
really
to see
funny.
it. More reason for you guys to see this movie.
If I wasn't sick, I'd fucking go see it like tomorrow, but I
I
can't
have to
really
work
go
tomorrow,
anywhere.
so I won't be able to. So, um,
Pretty much.
exactly.
Yeah, fuck Jeff Snyder too, because as we all know, Snyders love to ruin comic book movies.
Exactly. But and it's like
What?
it's like the Warner Brothers, like I said, kings of Mastery Decision, and the fact that a lot of the cartoons, their classic cartoons that people grew up on, they've been remade and rebooted. I know sometimes it works. You guys say that the Looney Tunes show wasn't bad. I was very disappointed in the Animaniacs reboot. I was so disappointed in that.
I heard that
And
wasn't very good.
it because look, all it is I mean the jokes weren't as strong, and plus it seems like every episode always is like this. You got the Warner siblings, Pinky and the Brain, and then another Warner siblings, and then just do that for every single episode. You know,
Yeah,
like
that's
there's
surprising. Like
no Minnie and Buttons, no Good
no
Feathers,
Rita and
no
Run,
huh?
no Rita and Run or
No
Slappy.
read and runs, no good idea, bad idea. That's all it is. Here, let me just give you what I have to think about it. Assuming I can find it. There you are.
Stupid! Really stupid.
And by the way, I refuse to see Looniversity. I refuse to see that shit.
I heard University was terrible.
The moment I heard that Buster and Babs were brother and sister, I'm like, fuck that. Nope.
What?
Yeah, in Looniversity, they are brother and sister, which kind of ruins the whole no relation.
Yeah, I haven't seen Tiny Toons in forever, and even I remember that joke.
Exactly. Yes, Tiny Toons did have a reboot, and I'm not watching that garbage.
I know there's a whole. I heard there's like a whole this like bit where they're talking about gun control. Like, yeah, I don't for Animaniacs. I kind of swore I heard, but it was like gun control or something.
I don't know. Are you talking about the reboot or the original?
Reboot.
I mean, I don't really know. It's just whoops, wrong one.
Yeah, that's
when
when they try to do like modern jokes, it just doesn't fucking work. It just it just fails because then you immediately date yourself. So yeah, it just doesn't work. Like I don't like modern jokes when especially in cartoons. It just becomes dated as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the whole problem. They think if they do like studios think if they do modern humor, they'll make it more timeless, but they end up making it more dated.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
like,
but here's the thing.
I think in the Animaniacs reboot, I think there was actually one episode where the Warner siblings pretty much they encountered Pennywise because the new It movie was still popular.
Yeah, and it's like at least with something like South Park, they're timely, not dated. Because the thing about South Park is they can fucking make an episode in like 3 days. So it's very easy for them to like something is really popular and them to jump on it and then make a good funny commentary or analysis or satire of it and then move on. They don't beat down the joke. They don't they don't do like other stupid shit. They just make it work. And that's what and it's harder for all these other animated shows where it's like I remember there was like a Fairly Odd Parents episode that was like in like the late 2010s or early 2020s where it was making fun of duck faces. I'm like, bro, that hasn't been a thing in like 10 fucking years. What are you
Who the fuck still
doing?
does duck faces?
Nobody does duck faces
Right.
unless it's ironic. But even then, it wasn't done ironically. It was done like they were making fun of it. It's like, bro, it hasn't been a thing in years. Why are you doing that? Exactly.
Exactly,
And
Caleb.
and that's kind of what bugged me about the new, like the cast announcement for the new Shrek movie. Because I know like Shrek included like modern jokes. Because the later sequels they were trying to recapture what they did with Shrek 2 and they failed. But seeing like that new like teaser and you see them mocking like TikTok and Shrek's doing the duck face. Like no, this does not work. No, we are not doing the duck face.
Unless you
Not
want to
on
have
this show.
nightmares. Unless you want to have nightmares. Just Google it, Caleb. Just Google
Just
it.
Google it.
Yeah, it did make meme humor.
Yeah, it's why I'm glad, like, for the most part, aside from like the twerking like TikTok joke,
Yeah.
this movie wasn't super duper focused on just pandering.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I was saying like a lot the only jokes that didn't work for me were just like the cringy TikTok twerking daffy butt crack, those kinds of jokes that just didn't, like I said, most of it is a lot of the other jokes really worked in
But
this.
I will say the punchline was kind of funny. Like they were like canceled. I'm like, okay, that was a little funny. That was a little funny.
That was hilarious.
That was
Yeah.
a little funny. I'll like give them that.
Fuck.
The twerking in and of itself,
Fuck.
ew. But like canceled, that was a little funny. I'll
Yeah.
give them that.
That was
Is duck face
Should be.
illegal?
It should be.
Should be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another one of my favorite Daffy and Porky shorts is where they refuse to pay the bill for like a hotel they're staying at, and the owners like try to keep them trapped in. Like like they push the guy down the stairs and just hear go ow. And they try to talk him. I told you we'd get rid of that oversized turnip. They quickly runs upstairs. Yeah, they end up getting locked in. Like, let's call Bugs Bunny. We saw him in a good I saw him in a cartoon once. You know, the hunter had him cornered. He grabbed the gun and bang, the hunter fell. So you're saying Bugs killed somebody? Like, so Bugs, can you help us out of this hotel? You know, we've tried. Oh, you tried this? Yes. You tried this? Yes. You tried this? Yes. We tried all those things. They open the door and lo and behold, Bugs is still trapped in the fucking hotel. They didn't work, did they? My favorite Looney Tunes movies are just when fucking Mel Blanc is just screaming at the top of his lungs.
Oh, I know. Those are hilarious. I was gonna say I honestly I have a question for you guys. If let's just say that Warner Brothers were not run by dumbass executives and they did finally release Coyote versus Acme, you know, like how much what would your expectation be, you know? I'm just kind of
I would
curious.
expect something at least like pretty funny. I like Will Forte.
Yeah.
I like John Cena, and I think the idea of Wile E. Coyote suing Acme is
Such a
really
funny idea.
a fucking
That is
really
funny.
funny idea.
Hot take. I never really cared for a lot of the Wile E. Coyote and cartoons. Because even as a kid, I would say, all right, he's gonna fall off the cliff. He's gonna fall off the cliff. He's gonna fall off the cliff. Oh, what a shock! He fell off the cliff.
And what's so weird about Coyote versus Acme is that, like, it was produced by, and the story was written by James Gunn, who Zaslav picked to helm DC Studios. So, like, you pick this guy to helm your DC shit, but at the same time, you don't trust the movie he produced and wrote. That makes no sense. Better Call Saul, but with Coyote and Roadrunner. That's funny.
That would be hilarious.
Plus,
So
it's got Lana Condor and PJ Byrne. I think that's funny.
So in February, ironically on my birthday, someone asked Eric Bauza if there's still a chance for Coyote vs. Acme to be released. He said, "That's the question of the year, and it's only February. I'm going to say yes. If this movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up, gets a lot of money, then we might see Coyote vs. Acme. Stranger things have happened, and if we don't, I'm going to put that movie under everyone's seat as a DVD. No, I'm not kidding. I was kidding, David Zaslav. You didn't see that here."
I just don't get it, but that's just me.
Hmm.
Me neither, man. I don't think I'll
And
ever
then
get
they
it.
also got rid of a lot of people people forget about Scoob Holiday Haunt, which apparently also got good test screenings. So
I'm surprised because I heard Scoop was terrible.
yeah, the first Scoob was like not very good, but I heard Holiday Haunt was much better. But maybe that's just wish fulfillment or something like that.
Controversial opinions. I don't hate those two live action Scooby Doo movies.
I don't hate them either. I don't think they're great, but I don't think they're bad. Like, here's the thing. Like, the problem with the first one is that it tries to be a commentary on like the tropes of the Scooby Doo franchise, even though they already did that with Zombie Island, and it was so fucking much better. So
Zombie
I
Island
respect
is
the fact that
perfection.
with the sequel, with that I respect the fact that with the sequel they try to go for more like, oh, it's just a live action Scooby Doo adventure. So I'll give them that. I've only seen like bits and pieces of it. I saw the first one. I liked it as a kid, but I never saw the sequel. But it has like more cameos. It's more in touch with the
Monsters Unleashed is
the original
it's a ton of Monsters Unleashed is so much fun. It's a better sequel than Return to Zombie Island,
which is like, oh no, it turns out everything was fake.
Fuck you, that goes against the point. The point was, holy shit, this time the fucking monsters are real.
But that doesn't exist.
You can't, honestly, aside from maybe Cyber Chase, like Zombie Island, Witch's Ghost, Alien Invaders, to quote Pacha, just right.
I love Cyber Chase.
I was gonna say I'm probably gonna be the odd one here because I wasn't really big into Scooby Doo as a kid, so I wasn't. So, but remember, yeah, I just really couldn't get that much into it. But I mean, but then again, I know you pretty much were more of a Cartoon Network kid and Scooby Doo was more on Cartoon Network than. Yeah, I don't think it was ever on Nickelodeon. So
yeah, plus with Witch's Ghost, it made every guy have a goth girl fetish because of the Hex Girls.
Oh, absolutely.
Raven from Teen Titans, She-Go from Kim Possible,
Sam from Danny Phantom.
No, fuck Sam from Danny Phantom. She is a fake goth. Fuck Sam. Sam is a loser. She can eat a fucking dick. Fuck you. Not a real goth. Fucking
Gwen from Total Drama
goth.
wasn't. Gwen from Total Drama was another one.
That was another one. Yes, that's a real goth. Fucking Sam is a fake goth. Danny shouldn't have ended up with Sam. Fuck you, Sam. You suck. He should have ended up with what was her name? The black chick who was also
Valerie.
a ghost hunter. Valerie. He should have ended up with Valerie. It would have been better. Fuck you, Sam. You suck. You're a
I knew that.
You're poser. You're a fucking poser. And you're vegan. So that just makes you a horrible human being. Fuck you.
I honestly, the moment you said Sam, I knew that that Jeff rant.
Yeah, because Sam sucks. Sam fucking sucks. She was the original Felicity. There, I said it.
Mr. Incorporated was very good.
I didn't watch it because I didn't like the animation style. I thought it was too, like, angular. Like, it wasn't, like, soft. It had a weird look to it. We don't talk about that in this house, Caleb.
Fuck Mindy Kaling. Almost my favorite character. Fuck that shit. The irony, we see Scooby-Doo more than the Looney Tunes. Like, there's a million straight to DVD Scooby-Doo movies, and there's not a lot of straight to DVD Looney Tunes movies.
Well, I mean, in the current, in this current generation, pretty much.
Yeah,
Really
I remember the Looney Tunes. They did a Christmas Carol, but it was called Bah Humduck. And that movie, Daffy was the Scrooge equivalent. Like, he was the owner of a mall, and Bugs was like the narrator. Granny and Tweety were the ghost of Christmas past. Yosemite Sam was the ghost of Christmas present, and Taz was the ghost of Christmas future. And Sylvester was the Jacob Marley equivalent.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure everybody forgot about Be Cool Scooby-Doo.
What? I don't even know what
That's
that
what
is.
I know they did a parody. They did Blair Witch Project better than Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. Blair Witch was a better version of Blair Witch Project.
Right.
Although I don't remember seeing Alien. I don't think I ever saw Scooby-Doo Alien Invaders.
That's part of that little whole bit, like the Scooby-Doo project. They hear Scrappy in the woods, and Daphne starts running. And Velma's telling her, like, Daphne, stop! It's just Scrappy.
I mean, even though I wasn't really big on Scooby-Doo, I do remember because I remember my cousin used to live across the street from where we were, and she had a daughter who pretty much would watch. I don't know if you guys know A Pup Named Scooby-Doo.
Oh, I loved A Pup Named Scooby-Doo.
Great show.
Yeah.
Love that one. I didn't realize it was so old when I was watching it. It was came out in the 80s.
It came out in
and it
the
lasted
late 80s.
2 seasons. And I'm I
This-
didn't realize
that
this
was around.
lasted.
Yeah, because that was around the time where late 80s, early 90s, you had the childlike versions of popular kids icons. You know, you had
Tom and Jerry Kids,
Muppet Babies. You had, like I said,
Flintstones Kids.
Flintstones Kids.
Wasn't there a Looney Tunes one as well?
Baby Looney Tunes.
Yeah, Baby Looney Tunes. I remember watching that one. Although that was way later. That was in the
that
2000s.
was way later.
But I liked that show. That was I don't care what anybody says. That was a good show.
Yeah. Did you ever, John? Did you ever watch Tiny Toons?
I watched. I vaguely remember watching some episodes, but I remember Pinky and the Brain. I remember Mindy and Buttons. And obviously the Warner siblings, but that's kind of it. I don't remember Good Feathers. I don't remember. I don't I know of it now, but I don't remember watching those. So I probably did watch them, but I just don't remember them that much.
For Animaniacs or Tiny Toons?
Oh, I forgot Tiny Toons was different.
Yeah, Tiny Toons is the one where you got like new
what was Tiny Toons
characters.
again?
They were the ones where you got new characters. They were like kid versions of like some of the classic Looney Tune cartoons, and they go to the school where they're being taught by like the older Looney Tunes. Yeah, you know, because you got like Buster and
Okay.
Bass.
No,
like,
yeah,
on
no,
each
no.
one.
Okay. I don't know why I overlapped with that. Sorry about that. Tiny Toons, I don't remember watching a lot of that. I remember watching Animaniacs. Sorry about that. I don't know what brain fart. Anyway,
That's fun.
I
got
don't remember
Prince!
what I remember watching
Oh no,
Animaniacs. I
fingerprints.
don't remember watching
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That Animaniacs still holds up, dude.
It's still
Yeah.
funny.
great stuff.
Give me the bird.
I would, but the Fox Hunters wouldn't allow it.
Rocco, can you conjugate with me? Good night, everybody.
I remember
they're big.
watching Wacko's Wish.
Oh yeah.
I want to.
Not one hay penny, 2 hay pennies.
Possible hot take. I didn't care. I didn't
Go
care
on.
for Wacko's Wish that much.
I remember watching. I don't remember like my thoughts.
Oh yeah, Caleb brought another one. Freakazoid. Yes.
Oh, Freakazoid's so much fun.
That is so much fun.
Hey, buddy, why don't you get married? I don't want to get married. I like meat too much.
I like meat too much.
You can get married and like meat. I didn't know that.
I'm your biggest fan. What do you say to that? I'd say puberty was rather kind to you.
How do you expect
Yeah.
us forested children to climb up dangerous scaffold and paint naked people all over church? We'll do it.
We'll do it. We paint
But we
ceilings,
won't do it for
ceilings,
the
and
sake
only
of money,
ceilings.
and we won't do it for the sake of art. No, we'll do it because we like being naked
You like painting
people.
naked people. No, they got a back then. They just got away with so much shit.
Oh, they did.
Unfortunately, they wouldn't be able to do that anymore because everything plays it safe
Yeah.
for the most part.
Earthworm Jim. I do remember watching a little bit of that. So
I know my brother played the game.
Yeah. I don't think I've watched I do remember watching a little bit of The Critic. I don't think I watched a lot of Duckman, but I do know of it. So
I watched the show that the creator of Duckman did. It's called Squirrel Boy. Way past your time.
okay. I was gonna say
How old were you in 2007? Well, 2006.
I was gonna say, well, 2007 is when I graduated high school. So I would have been like a junior or senior in 2006.
I doubt you. I doubt you were still watching it around that. You watch it like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network around that time.
Oh no, that was past my time. That was my prime time. I was gonna say because you two are from a different generation than me.
Mm-hmm.
You got the 2 Gen Zs, and then you got the millennial.
Yeah, Caleb, I didn't care for Drawn Together.
I couldn't get.
Never watched it.
Couldn't get into that. So
We managed to do have the stream go on for a while. Because there's only like 3 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like half of it was just talking about other shit.
Exactly.
That's typically how it goes on the Cool Kids.
But still, go watch Dave the
Go
Earth
watch-
Blew Up. Like,
Yeah,
even
go
if
watch-
even if your nearest theater's 2 hours away, go fucking watch it. It's
watch
worth it. I honestly, I want to go see it again just to support it.
Yeah.
It's deserving. It's a genuinely good movie, and we need to show Warner Brothers, hey, Looney Tunes are still popular. We still like it. We still care about it. So please go watch it. Because here's the thing. I didn't see, outside of that first trailer, I have seen next to no fucking marketing for this movie. So it just, like, I feel like what it is like, it's essentially Warner Brothers shooting themselves in the foot on purpose. Kind of like what Disney did when they wanted to close their 2D animation studio, where it's like, well, it did poorly, so I guess nobody wants it. When it's like, well, you didn't fucking market it. How the fuck
Exactly.
are people supposed to know about your goddamn movie if you don't market the fucking thing? The only thing I've seen for this movie is IGN posting a review teaser for it on Facebook. That is the only thing I have seen for this movie. I've seen no TV spots. I've seen no commercials on streaming services. I have seen nothing for this fucking movie. And it's just the same thing happened with Treasure Planet, where they were like, well, we want to close our 2D animation after Shrek went really big, and we want to continue with CGI animation. Well, guess we're not going to market Atlantis and Treasure Planet. Oh my God, they did horribly? Well, guess we got to close the 2D animation studio. It's like, no, you did that on purpose, so you didn't have to fucking, continue with the shit you didn't want to do. It's your fault. Like, you're blaming, oh, you guys didn't see the movie. No, we didn't fucking know about it except for the stupid cinephiles that look for this kind of shit. Assholes.
Bickering?
I don't know.
I don't even want to know what those Space Jam sequel ideas were.
Yeah, neither do I. But anyway, let's just go ahead and wrap this up since we've already reached the hour mark. So, but yeah, Day the Earth Blew Up. Go watch it. It's a ton of fun. Please support this. Do not support Snow White or Minecraft. So, and if you support this,
Rob, I am Steve.
I'm not Steve.
But yeah, go support this. Show Warner Brothers that 2D animation, just not just Warner Brothers, but show this and other studios that 2D animation is still alive.
Yeah.
Go support this movie and show them that 2D animation is still alive and kicking.
Looney Tunes still has a fan base.
Exactly.
People still love it. Come on.
All right.
Now, what are we doing next?
Novocaine. We're doing it on Saturday.
We're doing that on Saturday, and it's going to be hosted by John.
Hell yeah. And then
so
we might be doing Alto Nights after that. I don't know. We got to confer with people.
Yeah. Who's doing Alto Nights? I think it's
Mark is, if we're doing
it. Okay. All right. If we're doing it. All right, then. But yeah, go watch this. All right, then. I guess that's about it. So we'll see you next time for Novocaine. So take it easy, guys.
That's all, folks. Once again, we have brought light into the world. You're welcome, America.